Hello and welcome back to another catch-up video regarding the year-long commitment that I made to myself. If you're new to following me, I just want to share a little bit about what I'm doing. The truth is, we a lot of times are waiting for external circumstances or people or situations to believe in ourselves. And what I decided to do is I decided that I no longer want to wait on something or someone else, that I just really want to commit to believing 100% in my vision, my dreams, and in myself. And so I've been bringing my tribe along on the ride to see what it's like, to see what I'm experiencing, to see what I'm going through, because let's be honest, on the other side, it may look great, but in the middle, it gets kind of murky. The water gets kind of muddy. So I want to talk about what I've experienced over the last month, because by far, this has been my most enlightening month thus far. So over the last month, I have really committed to myself in ways that it haven't happened before. I have made my first official largest business investment ever. I also officially put myself out there for the largest return possible. It hasn't come yet, but I am already excited for it to be on its way. I've also started to study more in-depth manifestation from a spiritual standpoint. I think a lot of times from the spiritual world, me being raised as a Christian and living as a Christian, and I still identifying as one, there's a lot of red tape around what manifestation looks like. And honestly, it's demonized. And so I wanted to start studying that more in depth, because I don't believe it has to be demonic in the way in which we believe it does. And I think that there's a lot of verses in the Bible that really speak to the fact that manifestation is God-led. I think of the Bible verse, God gave us life and life. He came so that we can have life and life more abundantly. Abundance is an aspect of manifestation. And as I started to reflect on that verse, I really started to dig deep about what manifestation means and how to incorporate and play with manifestation to see what this can look like for me as a Christian. And as I'm learning, I'll definitely be bringing information to my tribe as well. Also during this month, I have gotten certified in my second level of human design, where I now understand how human design plays out in business aspects. And I'm so excited to be able to bring this to my clients. And as I've been weaving it into my business and playing with it, I've had so much fun. I've read 3 amazing personal development books. I read Amanda Francis's book, Rich AF. I have read Brendon Burchard's High Performance Habits book. And I read a 3rd book. Oh, I've read Marshawn Evans' book, Believing Bigger, the devotional. And I finished it. And it's been so amazing to get back into the reading habits. Last year, I didn't read as much, but I started to reflect more regularly on what habits I like, what habits contribute to my success, and how I could weave them into my regular practice. So that's something that I've also been teaching recently to my clients that I want to share with you today. Every Sunday, I've committed to a practice, a reflection and intention setting practice, where I lay out the habits that contributed to my success over the last few weeks, and I consider how I can weave those same habits into my upcoming week. And it has helped me be more intentional, more strategic, more aligned, and therefore more successful. So while I've had many wins during this month, I have to be honest, it hasn't always been easy. For one, the biggest thing that I've been running into is my limiting beliefs. I'm a firm believer that with every next level you take, you run into next level, new level, new devils, what they say. You run into something bigger, because we're creatures of habit. We want to fall back into our comfort zone where it feels safe, where it feels familiar, where we feel protected and secure. And so for me, my limiting beliefs have been kicking my tail. And so one thing that I've been working on this month is thought stopping. Every time a thought comes up, I will literally snap, I will clap, I will say no, I'll do whatever I do to really stop that thought dead in its track, because I realize our life is a reflection of our thoughts. And if I have thoughts that don't serve me, I'm going to create an outcome that also doesn't serve me as well. And I don't want that. Now, I'll be honest, it hasn't been easy. I've had moments where I've come to the point of crying. Recently, I just released a brand new training regarding human design and goal setting. And I was so excited, so pumped to bring this to the world. But I really struggled with, am I, qualified or called to do this? And I deal with a lot of stage fright, even though it was virtual. I deal with a lot of that, and I overthink, and I kept thinking of all these excuses of why I shouldn't go forward with the class, and why I shouldn't present it, and why I should quit. But I had to stop those thoughts, because me quitting is never going to serve me moving into that next level, me moving into that next step, me taking that next step. And so I had to stop this. Now, I'll be honest, that's just an example of one of them, but these thoughts have come back to back to back. It's almost like when I say I'm committed to something, there's all these reasons the devil gives me or I give myself that I can't go to that next, that I can't make that commitment. And so I've really had to push beyond my comfort zone this month, far greater than I ever had. I have pushed beyond my comfort zone with investing in this high level business program that I'm now in. I have pushed beyond my comfort zone to put myself out there in ways that I never have. I have pushed beyond my comfort zone to commit to things that make me feel a little bit scary. But all in all, this has officially been my most successful month in business. And I'll probably say my most inspiring month as it relates to personal development. So I share these things with you because I want you to really see the behind the scenes. I want you to see where it's been difficult. I want you to see where it's been fun. I want you to see where it's been invigorating or a learning lesson. Because here's what I'm going to challenge you to do now that you're here joining me on this journey. I'm going to challenge you to take a moment and consider what would happen if you believed wholeheartedly in your vision and in yourself. What would life look like? What would the outcome be? How would you feel? What would you see? And what I want to challenge you to do, even more so than just visualizing or reflecting on that, is I want to challenge you to come on and join me. I want you to come and practice really fully believing in yourself. No ifs, ands, or buts, no doubts, no excuses, but just fully giving yourself and your vision a chance. I'll check in with you guys later for my next update.